How's it on YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek, and today we're looking at the worst stuff in 2023. Hi everybody, before we get into the video, please do hit like and subscribe and all that jazz. Now, this is a video to go alongside my best bits of 2023. So if you're feeling all positive and warm inside, go check out that video rather than the negative stuff. This year has seen some cracking stuff happen, but it's also seen some disappointments. And in this video, we're going to look at my least favourite comics, toys, movies, TV shows, etc. So let's just strap in and crack straight on. Okay, so 1/6 scale figures. It's fair to say I am very lucky in that I like pretty much everything I buy. So trying to work out my least favourite 1/6 scale figure that I've bought in 2023 has been a bit of a challenge. But I've narrowed it down to this, and this may be controversial for some. This is the Hot Toys Ahsoka figure. Now, it's a great figure, don't get us wrong. I really do like it. But in terms of everything else I've bought, this is the one that perplexes us probably the most. And the reason for that is pretty simple and straightforward. It's a lightsabers. So in this figure, you get some plastic lightsabers, but they don't light up in any way. You can't connect them in any way. There's no battery ports or anything like that. I think that's pretty shitty for a 2023 hot toy. I can't believe there's not a way around that. I can't believe they didn't think of giving us some kind of light up lightsaber for Ahsoka. Without it, she just looks a bit lifeless. The figure itself is pretty cool. I do like the overall look of it, but yeah, in terms of disappointment, it's Ahsoka, I'm afraid. Okay, smaller scale figures, and I've got them to show you. It's these bloody things. So, we've got Merman, we've got Triclops, and we've got Whiplash. I love these. I love them. These are my vintage Masters of the Universe figures. So, Peter, why are you putting them on your worst list? And the answer is quite simple. It's not because of the quality of the figure. It's because I'm an old bloody fart. And basically, I go to toy conventions and I buy stuff. I buy stuff I've already bloody bought. So each of these figures have been bought at a toy convention over the last 6 months or so. I'm getting them home and I've already got the friggin' things. Worst comic series that I've read this year, and this will come as no surprise to anyone that watches my channel, it was the dog shit that was DC's Night Terrors. Now, to be fair, there was some decent stuff in there. There was some interesting read. The core book was okay. It's probably because I tried to read it all and I just got kind of drowned out in the dirge. It's not a series that I particularly enjoyed. I thought the artwork and some of the issues was atrocious. It just didn't do anything for us. And why the hell was it released in the summer instead of Halloween? It's a book about nightmares and ghosts and goblins and monsters. It's a friggin' Halloween book, DC. Come on, man. The single worst issue I've read is probably, and I could pick many of these, Amazing Spider-Man. And in particular, I'm thinking issue around, I think it's 27 to 30. It's just awful. We're getting a dreadful rendition of Doc Ock, who's gone from being a formidable foe in the Superior Spider-Man run to basically this joke of a character. We've got these octopods or whatever you call them running around. We've got J.J. Jameson befriending one and it sleeps in his bed. We then get Spider-Man using good old Otto's previous harness, which he paints red into spider colours. Worst movie for me, and again there was a couple of these, but worst movie for me, I'm sad to say, has to be The Flash. Now, I'm putting the whole Ezra Miller stuff aside, forgetting that, divorce him from the actor, from his actions. It was just so disappointing. You've got Michael Keaton, my favourite Batman, in there. It should have been phenomenal. Now, there were some good performances. There were some good bits. I'll give you that. Batfleck was great. Why we've not got a Batfleck movie beyond belief. Keaton was Michael Keaton, but dear Lord, the special effects were dire, absolutely dire. I hated the overall storyline. It didn't make sense. It was jarring. Some people will tell you it was a great movie and that I'm just old and all the rest of it, but you know what? For me, it did nothing for us. It was a mess. TV show, one that jumps straight to mind because I've been watching it recently, is Monarch. What a disappointment. Yes, there are some good episodes. Yes, there are some good scenes, but it's boring. Absolutely dull as ditch water. Not even Kurt Russell can save this for me, I'm afraid. I have enjoyed elements of it, but overall the story's just not engaging. It's not keeping us hooked in. I don't really care, if I'm being quite honest, about the family dynamic and all that kind of jazz. I just want to see Godzilla and monsters and stuff like that. Worst graphic novel I've read this year, and this one's gonna get me some shit. And that is, I'm afraid to say, Canto. Yes, I know it's an older book, but I've just read it this year. Everybody tells us this is the best thing since sliced bread. It's an amazing series. It's a phenomenal read. It's not. It's dull. It's boring. It did nought for us at all. Oh, Peter, you obviously haven't got a heart. It's a lovely story. Is it shite? It was just not for me, sadly. I didn't get it. I just didn't get it. Really disappointed because I wanted to love this. Everybody told us I should love it, but no, I'm afraid not. It did nothing for us. Worst YouTuber? Not going to get into that. Instead, what I'm going to say is that the thing that's upset us most about the YouTube community this year is negativity. He says, doing a worst of. I'm ironic, I know. No, it's the negativity. It's the joy some people seem to get in pulling things down and watching things fail. People are getting very excited and happy that Disney hasn't had the best year. I don't get it. I don't understand it. As a comic book fan and a comic book lover, I think it's fair to give constructive criticism to some of these things, but to slag things off and pull it down and show glee because things are failing just because you think it gets you, clicks or subs or whatever, I think is a very sad state of affairs. And finally, convention. As you know, I've done a lot of conventions this year, and this has been really hard because I genuinely have found some joy in every convention I've been to. But if I was going to moan and criticise anything, it would be Star Wars Celebration. This was a massive con, a con that I've looked forward to going to for a long, long time, and a pretty pricey convention when you calculate, travel, hotels, all that kind of stuff. Now, it was great fun in many, many respects. I met some stunning people, but in terms of the venue and the size of the convention and the general crampedness, it wasn't my favourite. Like I say, this isn't to say that I didn't enjoy it. I absolutely did. But in terms of the size and the space and all the rest of it, it was probably too cramped for me. Okay guys, that's my moan about 2023, my worst bits of 2023, and I hope, as you'll see from the video, it's not all doom and gloom. Even though I'm moaning, I'm probably trying very hard to find fault in things, because generally I thought 2023 was a cracking year. That's just my views. Let us know in the comments what you think. What do you think the worst comic books, the worst movies of 2023 were? Please don't forget, any money made on this channel goes to mental health charities. That is your whack, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.